What's up, guys? Ricky here with another review on the Alien vs. Predator Dutch and Linn by Neca Toys. So, as you can see, found this at a bookstore on sale for $30. So, I did not plan on getting this, but for $30, I figure that's a pretty good deal. So, my plan with these is just because they are video game looking, as far as like the paint applications, my goal is to customize them to make them look more realistic. But yeah, I think we got a lot of potential here for sure. So here we go. Here's Dutch here out of the package. I think looks, or sorry, in the package. So it looks really good. I like the 5 o'clock shadow. I like the hair. Looking pretty good. We got some good details. A nice metal arm. Looks really good there. Good flesh tones. Looking really nice. Looks like we got also a blast effect. Extra hand here. Robot hand. Pistol. And then here we go. Here's Linn. I think the face looks okay. Doesn't look too bad. We got some cool looking armor here. And you got a lot of like white highlighting, right? Because they are trying to make it look like a video game. Cool little holster there. Looks like we got a sword. And extra hand there. Looks pretty good. Okay, perfect. So that's the front of the package. Here's the side. Dutch and Linn right there. Here's the back of the package. And here's a little story, so if you want to read this, you can pause your screen now. Perfect. We got a cool action figure shot here that looks really nice. Looks really good. Looks like we got some other shots here. And I do have the AVP aliens. I did kind of customize them a little bit. Not too much, though, because I didn't think they looked too video game-ish, but I do have those, so we can make a pretty cool looking scene here. Very cool. Okay. Then we got the other side of the package with another action figure shot. Cool. So let's open this up and see what we're looking at. Okay, here is Dutch and Linn out of the package, and so much cooler than I was anticipating getting out of package. These are actually really fun to play with. So I was posing them around, trying to get them in some good poses. The articulation's pretty decent. It's kind of it's just fun. It's hard to explain. But here we go. Let's take a closer look real quick. So we've got Dutch, and he's got the blast effect there. Got some really cool paint applications. We got Linn here, right? That kind of cell shading, I guess is what they call it. Right on those pieces. Decent sword. We got a good, nice little holster there for the gun. And yeah, I'm a big fan of the face. I know he's squinty, but I think it looks fine on this figure for sure. And the robotic arm has some really cool features on it too. So, like I said, I don't think they look too bad. I think they're really cool to kind of keep like this. However, I do want to customize mine a little bit. I'm trying to figure out how to do this. I think it's going to be pretty simple, though, for the most part. I think the pants look fine as is. I think what I might end up doing is just blackwashing it to add some realism. The shirt, right, there's quite a bit of cell shading on his shirt. So I might do a light dry brush over the top of a different color. And I might do some silver dry brushing over on the armor piece to make it look more like armor. And here I'll probably do something very similar. Probably silver shading for sure on her upper. And then, yeah, just blackwash her pants and stuff. I think that should be enough to just make it look a little more realistic. So what I really want to do is I think a cool pose would be to put Dutch, especially that's a robot arm, on a little experimenting like lab table, which I made, and have the Rogue Space Tribe kind of experimenting on him, which I think could be really cool. So should be some cool pictures, cool photos there coming soon. So here we go. Now let's take a closer look here. Yeah, look at these details. On the arm, look, you got nice hoses, cool hydraulics there. Got some really cool things here. So I'll get more into detail on some of this stuff when I do the articulation, which we can do in just a second. So cool, but overall, pretty excited with them out of the package. So let's get into the articulation. So the head moves down about that far. Moves up about that far. You do get nice head pivot and rotate side to side. So that's nice there. Arms go up about 90 degrees. You do have, it looks like a single jointed swivel elbow, which is nice. You do have wrist articulation as well, so that's really nice there. You do have ab crunch, so he crunches not super far forward, crunches back a little bit. You can get a side to side, and you can definitely get rotation. Now let me show you this arm real quick. So what I think is really cool about this arm is there's a few different accessories. So one, this just plugs right into here, and this actually goes in. You can pull it out. So it's kind of tough to pull in and out, but you can do that if you'd like to, which is pretty cool. You have these hydraulics here that when you extend and you close, right, the hydraulics actually go in and out, so it's very neat. This piece here goes out and then in, so not entirely sure why. And then this is not connected, so you can actually have range of motion here. So doesn't move a lot, so you got down a little bit, you have forward and back. The joint is pretty tight, so I'll have to kind of loosen that up to get him in some better poses. Legs go up more than about 90 degrees, which is cool. You have, it looks like you should be able to get a side to side, and I think I do. It's just kind of tough. You do have single jointed knee with the rotation, and then you have ankle articulation and pivot as well, which is nice. Overall, the articulation is pretty decent, and this is all just a backpack, so you can rotate it really well, and you could probably take it off if you really want to, although I don't think I'm going to because it's all connected, so wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. So articulation on Dutch is pretty good. So now let's do Linn real quick. So you do have head looks down, not super far, head looks up quite a bit, and you do have hair pivot. Don't hear that very often, so it's kind of cool. So it's on a ball joint. You do have really nice side to side, and you do have rotation. Arms go up almost 90 degrees, then you can go up, right? It's fine. You have single jointed elbow with rotation, and then you do have wrist articulation here. It did come with some extra hands, so one hand is for the sword, and then one hand is for the gun and the holster there. So the gun goes in the holster. You do have this piece in the back, so her little holster for her sheath. The legs go up about 90 degrees. You do also kind of have the rotation. They get stuck though. You can get in the split, so legs go out about that far. You do have single jointed knees with rotation, just like with Dutch. You do have ankle pivot here, which is really nice. So overall, the articulation is decent. And this one actually does not really have much of an ab crunch either. So you get rotation, but you can get them in enough there's articulated enough to get them in some good poses. So I say overall, pretty decent. So now let's get into size comparison. Okay, and here they are. Next to, we have a regular Predator here, like the older body style that is not ultimate. You have Spike Tail, which is an ultimate body type, which stands a little bit taller. So let's take a look here. So I don't know if that's just me or not, but I think Dutch is a little short because he's really not much taller than Linn. I don't know if Linn is supposed to be tall or not, but that kind of surprised me because I feel like he should be bigger. But here we go. Let's do this real quick. So it looks like Dutch stands about 6 3/4 inches tall. Linn stands about 6 1/2 inches tall. So there's a little bit of height difference, but not a whole lot. Not as much as you would imagine. Looks like we got 17 centimeters and 16.5 centimeters. And you can tell, like, the Predators definitely tower over them. So the scale, I think, is fine between the Predators and the humans. But as far as 7-inch scale figures go, they are kind of on the short side. So you can tell we have this one stands about a whole head taller than Linn and Dutch. And then that one stands even taller. So it looks like Dutch goes maybe up to his shoulder there, which, is interesting. So I think that's a good height, though. So let's do it next to some other 7-inch scale figures. Okay, and here it is next to some other brands, 7-inch scale figures. So you can tell here, so it does fit in a little bit shorter. So we do have the Neca Green Lantern, and he does stand a little bit taller than Linn and Dutch. But they're roughly the same scale. Then you have Speeding Bullets Batman from McFarlane, which stands, looks like, almost half a head taller. And next to him we have Vision from Marvel Select. It looks like he stands about the same height as Speeding Bullets, minus the ears. So it looks like just for a 7-inch scale, they fit in fine, but they're definitely on the short side compared to other brands as far as this 7-inch scale. So just to let you know, but with the Predators, they fit in perfectly, and that's probably where you'll pose them the most. So yeah, so I think scale overall is fine. I think Dutch is a little on the short side. Okay, final thoughts on Dutch and Linn. I really like it. I think they're really cool figures. I'd say for $30, this is a really good deal. For the normal, what is it, $50? I think these ones were 50 at the time, I believe. I mean, I'd say that might be worth it if you're into Dutch and Linn. I wouldn't have bought it for 50. I mean, I didn't buy it for 50, and I didn't really plan on buying these. I just happened to see it for $30, and I'm glad I got them because out of the package, these are much cooler, and I think they are definitely have some potential for some really good customizations. So stay tuned for those videos because I like to do customizations as well. But overall, these figures are great. Good articulation. They look good, and I have no complaints for the most part. So thank you all for tuning in. Appreciate you guys checking out the channel. Let's see, we're on our way to 2,000 subscribers. We just posted a few videos. We have the Tartarus clan breakdown. If you have not checked that, check it out. We also did a little video on I got the 2-pack SDCC exclusive Predator versus Batman, which is also very cool. So if you haven't checked that video, check it out. But yeah, so thank you all for tuning in. I will continue to bring reviews, customizations, etc. So storytelling to you all. Thank you for tuning in again, and I will catch you all in the next video.